Welcome to Lost Boys Gaming.
Alright, I want to show you a real quick method on how to customize your character in Human Fall Flat. So not only can you change the coloring and the clothing, but also throw on a logo such as this one here. So we'll look at something like this. So you're going to have this white guy here when you first load up the game, but to get to this menu we want to go back and then we're going to click on customize and then edit. So we're going to go ahead and just throw some random clothing on here. Looks good. Not going to get too picky, but you can get into all kinds of other stuff, but I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. So once you do that, we're going to go ahead and back out and then we're going to exit out of the game. Once you exit out, you want to go ahead and find this folder on your computer. Yours is going to look very similar to mine, except for this one particular folder right here is going to be different for you, and that's going to be your Steam ID. So what we want to do is get into this last folder that you see here in this directory. And we're going to have a few files in here, these three, that the game will generate for you. Yours are going to look a little different depending on whatever colors or clothing that you picked. Well, what we want to do now is edit the, well, you guessed it, the upper body PNG image. This corresponds of course to the upper body, and you can use Photoshop, or GIMP is also a good free alternative. I'm using Photoshop here. So what we want to do is grab that file, load it into Photoshop, and then grab your logo and place it in the correct location. It's going to vary from item to item where this actually needs to go. But on this particular item, which is the blue hoodie that I picked out, this happens to be the back of the hoodie. And you may need to experiment saving the file, loading the game, checking its location. There may be a better way to do this, but as far as I know, that's the way to do it. And if you want, you can back these default images up that the game saves. That's what I did. To be honest, I don't know that it makes a difference, but I just created some backup folders and made some copies and threw them in there. So now when you go to save, it's going to ask you if you want to overwrite that image. You want to say yes, and then you want to go ahead and launch the game. Hit that like button down there. It helps a lot.
Lost Boys Gaming. Shut up and game.